This conference will now be
SAP
recorded.
Materials Management as a software. Okay, so it is almost for me 15 years into the SAP industry where I am working as a SAP Materials Management consultant. I am having almost experience working with implementation projects, support and enhancement projects, rollout projects. Okay, so I worked for multiple projects like pharma sector and manufacturing sector as well as industry specific oil and gas projects as well. So as a trainer is concerned, I am having almost some 1500 to 2000 consultants trained by me in the area of SAP materials management, as well as I also provided the training in the warehouse management or the extended warehouse management functionalities as well. Okay, so this is my overall experience as a part of SAP materials management is concerned, as well as EWM software is concerned. Okay, so could you please also go through your profile so that I will be able to understand what exactly your area of expertise and is there is any relevancy in SAP which you have any experience. So can anyone start just your name and what exactly the area of expertise you are having, and if you have any SAP related experience then please let me know. So these three the details are fine for now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hi,
Kalyan can
I'm
start. You
Kalyan.
can start.
Yeah, hi, I'm Kalyan. Basically, I have 10 years of experience in core mechanical domain. Presently, I was working as a assistant manager in warehouse department for Tata Steel in Hyderabad. So I
Okay.
don't have any relevant knowledge in SAP. So to switch my career into SAP, I just started my like getting knowledge on this SAP and switch my career to SAP domain.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So then thanks for the introduction. Then Sudhakar, you can go through your profile as well.
Sir, I am Sudhakar. I have 15 years of work experience in infrastructure, like for procurement. Mm, uh,
Okay.
Now I want to switch my job to non-IT to IT, sir.
Okay. So how many years of experience you are having in the procurement area?
15 years, sir.
15 years in procurement area. Okay. So
Yes.
very good. Okay. So you already attended 6:30 classes, right?
Yes, sir.
This.
I can give classes.
Okay. 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 Good. Yeah. Sri, I think there is one person known as Sri. Can you please go through your profile? Also, Vipul Charan.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
Myself, Vipul Charan, sir. I have 4 years of work experience in manufacturing quality departments, in automobile quality department. So I
Okay.
don't have any experience in SAP field. So I want to
Okay.
switch my career into SAP field.
Okay, then good. Then we have Vinod. Vinod, can you please go through
Hi,
your profile as well?
hi, sir. Good morning, sir. I am Vinod
Yeah.
Kumar. I have 1 year experience in HVAC field, sir.
Which field?
HVAC.
HVAC.
AC. Yes, sir. Project based. Sir.
Okay, okay, then. Yeah.
That means central AC systems in pharmaceutical industries,
Okay, okay,
operation
good, good.
theaters, like that.
Yeah.
I have
Okay,
passed out in
then.
2019, sir.
Okay, okay, yeah, no problem. Then Devara Dinesh.
Yeah, hi sir. Hi sir, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, myself Devara Dinesh. Working as a senior associate in Wipro. I have 2 years experience in BPO process. I currently want to switch my career into SAP.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So then we have Sunil.
Hello. Yes, sir. My name is Sunil, sir.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, good morning, sir. Sir, actually, I have experience 2 years in banking sector and 2 years in electronics. Right now, I want to switch my career into SAP. I don't have any related experience in SAP.
Okay. Okay. Then Charita.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning.
I completed my BTech 3 years ago, sir. Now I did not
Hmm.
have any IT experience, and now I want to join in SAP.
Okay. 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 Then we have Arun. Hello. Arun and Sri. Can you hear me? Okay, so then we have two more people in the class who came for online session. So let me take the introduction of them. Can you please go through your profile? Huh? Okay. Okay, then good. So what about you?
Hello.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, hi. Yes. Yogesh, right? You can proceed. Yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have 4 years experience in industrial field. I have done computer mechanical. Okay, now I am working in ABC in Hyderabad.
Okay.
So I plan to for this one.
Okay, okay. So then good. Okay, so thanks for the introduction. Let us
Yes, sir.
start. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so we have there are so many freshers available in the call, also along with the experienced people. So it was observed that there are, based upon the discussions which we had, there are some of the people who are having the experience in the procurement and the procurement processes related experiences as well. Okay, so let me, normally we used to give the training, if I wanted to take the demo, so if there are freshers available in the class, so I used to introduce regarding the how an organization is working, etc. Why? Because SAP is a one of the enterprise resource planning software which will be used to support the day-to-day business processes or functionalities of an organization. So if you have a clear understanding of how a organization is working, then it will be easy for you to map the processes or functionalities into the SAP system as a software. Okay, so let me now try to explain the fundamentals of SAP. So during the, at least for 2 to 3 classes, we are going to explain the fundamentals and the theory part of SAP system. Later on, we are going to move into the exact functionalities of the SAP as a software. Okay, so that is the reason during the initial sessions, at least for 2 to 3 classes, it will be only a theory part only. We are not going to touch any SAP software or etc. Once all the functionalities are understood by you, then we are going to get into the SAP system and trying to do the various types of activities as a software. Okay, so in today's class, let me go through the fundamentals of SAP and what exactly the evaluation of SAP, where it got started, and what exactly the version history of SAP, etc. Okay, so what is SAP? SAP is one of the ERP package. When I say ERP, what is the full form of ERP? Can anyone tell what is the full form of ERP? ERP is nothing but enterprise resource planning, right? Enterprise resource planning. When I say enterprise resource planning, what and all the parameters the enterprise resource planning will be considered? Yeah, any questions? Hello? Arun, do you have any questions?
No. Okay, carry on. I will let you know.
Okay, so when I say ERP is nothing but a enterprise resource planning. Okay, you might have heard in your degree or undergraduation or post graduation regarding the ERP, you have one subject known as the industrial engineering, right? In the industrial engineering, there is one chapter known as the enterprise resource planning. So if you have studied the enterprise resource planning, you might have heard about it. What is the use of the enterprise resource planning? Why you are doing the enterprise resource planning? You are doing the enterprise resource planning to optimize the resources that are available in your organization. You wanted to do the optimum utilization of the resources that are available in your organization. When I say what are those resources which I will be using to do the enterprise resource planning related activities. So the resources that I am using as a part of enterprise resource planning is, one of the resources machinery, right? Resource number one or the parameter number one which I will be using in the enterprise related activities is the machinery. I said ERP is a SAP materials management is an enterprise resource planning tool which will be supporting as a software to the organizations. So organization is nothing but involvement of various types of machinery. There will be so many machines where you are doing the production related activities. You will be doing the production, you will be executing various types of production processes in various production department, etc. So one of the resource or the parameter which I am taking into consideration to do the enterprise related activities is the machinery. So then what is the resource number 2 and the parameter number 2 to do the enterprise resource planning related activities is manpower. Every organization is a involvement of lots of manpower, right? There will be so much of manpower will be involved in the organizations in terms of employees or etc. So I am investing lot of money in terms of manpower, making the salaries to the employees, etc. Right? So everything I will be considering the parameter number 2 as the manpower to do the enterprise resource planning related activities. So then what is the resource number 3 or the parameter number 3 which I will be using to do the enterprise resource planning related activities is money. Money is one of the criteria. It is the level number 1 criteria which I will be using to do the enterprise resource planning related activities. So all these 3 parameters I will be taking into consideration and do the enterprise resource planning related activities. I need to control the usage of these 3 parameters so that at the end of the day I will be getting into the profits instead of getting into the losses. So if you wanted to do the enterprise planning related activities, you need to have the real-time data available with you. Let us say I want to see what exactly the salaries that I have paid for the employees during the last 1 year. Then how I will say? I need to generate, I can see that particular activity or the salaries which I have paid during the last 1 year by manually doing the calculations. I don't have any software available in my company. I have only doing the activities by writing the salaries etc. on the books or the notebooks. In the olden days, it used to happen in the like that only, right? In the company, they need to maintain the manual books. In the manual books, they need to write, okay, so this is the amount of salary which I have paid to this particular employee, etc. So I can maintain the details in the books also. But what is the disadvantages? The disadvantage is after 1 year down the line, if I wanted to say what is the salary paid to Mr. So and so person, then what I have to do? I need to go to the storeroom and verify for that particular book. Then again manually I need to see what is the total salary paid. Everything I need to do with the manual calculations. But nowadays what is happening? Nowadays what is happening? Let us say in the 10 years back, what used to happen? If you want to withdraw the money, okay, or 15 years back, what used to happen? If you want to withdraw the money, you need to physically go to the bank and give the money withdrawal slip. You need to prepare one money withdrawal slip or the cash withdrawal slip. Along with that particular cash withdrawal slip, you need to submit to the accountant or the bank person. Then he is giving the money. But you need to stay in the line also, right? There will be so many people like you. So it will take at least half day to take the money itself from the bank. But nowadays, what is happening? You need not to go to the bank. You will simply go to the ATM and you can simply withdraw the money. Also transfer of the money. If you want to transfer the money to your family, what used to happen in the 10 years or 15 years back? You need to go to the bank, fill the DD and everything. Entire 1 day has gone to simply transfer the money to your family. But nowadays, with your phone pay itself, you can transfer within one click. So that is the advantages of the having the software as a supporting functionality. Okay, so I will be using SAP as one of the software to execute these reports, right? So I will simply show it to you. If I have one software available with me, if I want to say what is the salaries that is being paid during the last 1 year, I will simply generate one report, and that particular report within 1 second it will give me the details of the salaries that are being paid to the employees. Okay, but if you wanted to do it manually, it will take a lot of time. So also it will not give you the correct data or the real-time data. But if you are using any one of the software, it will provide you the real-time data within seconds of time. Okay, so that is one of the advantages of having the software for your day-to-day transactions or the processes which you are executing in your company. So I will take one of the company as an example purpose to explain how a SAP materials management is supporting the organization and what area of the organization the SAP materials management is supporting. You might have heard, if you go to any one of the organization, there are various department or the sections available. Every section is doing their own work or the activities. But at what level of section SAP materials management is supporting as a software, we will see. So I will try to take one of the existing company for our understanding purpose, for our better understanding purpose. So I can take Tata Group. Let us say Tata Group is one of the group company I will be taking to explain how a SAP materials management is supporting as a software. So everyone knows Tata Group, right? So it is a group company. So Tata Group is a group company. Within the Tata Group, there are various lines of business. I think everybody knows how Tata Group is doing the business. Within the Tata Group, there are various lines of business, right? So line one business, I can take line one business. Line one business. Can anyone tell what are the lines of business Tata Group is having included in? There are various types of business they are doing. They are selling from the salt to big machinery, aeroplanes, till aeroplane business also they are into, right? So what is the line one business? Can anyone tell any one of the example where Tata Group is into business? So Tata Group is into one business known as a Tata Motors Private Limited, right? So they are into motors business, Tata Motors Private Limited. Okay, so it's a motors division, where they are producing various types of vehicles. Are you able to understand? So Tata Group is into various types of lines of business. The line one business is the Tata Motors Private Limited, where they are producing various types of vehicles or the cars. Let us say they are producing Tata Nano and Tata Mat is something, or heavy trucks, etc. So these are the various types of vehicles they are producing in the Tata Motors Private Limited company. Okay. So then what is the line two business? Can anyone tell what exactly the line two business that Tata Group is into? Any business that is being done by the Tata Group, can anyone tell?
Tata Steel.
Yeah, so the second line of business is the Tata Steel Private Limited, right? Okay, so it is a steel division where they are producing various types of steel products. So various types of steel products they are producing. Okay. Then they are also into another line of business known as Tata Projects, right? So they are into another line of business known as Tata Projects. Line 3 business is into Tata Projects Private Limited. Okay, so it's a projects division where they are doing various types of projects like metro construction or any one of the national highway constructions, like that, power projects, etc. They are into various types of projects, right? Like metro rail project, etc. Yes, any problem? Are you able to see properly? Pardon me? ఏంటి కనపడతలేదా? ఇదే ప్రాబ్లమ్, దీని ప్రాబ్లం అంటది ఏంటది? Okay, so let him come. Once he came, now we will rectify this issue. Okay, so Tata Group is into various lines of business. Line 1 business, the Tata Motors. Line 2 is Tata Steel. Line 3 is the Tata Projects Private Limited. So I will ask one question. Why Tata Group has created 3 separate lines of business over here? Instead, they have created only one line of business. Within one line of business, they might have included all 3 divisions, right? Motors division, steel division, and project division. But they haven't done that. Instead, they have separated their lines of business individually. What could be the reason? Can anyone suggest? Hello? What could be the reason why Tata Group has gone for 3 different lines of business? Instead, they have created only one line of business. Within one line of business, they might have included these 3 divisions, right? But they haven't done that. What could be the reason? Can anyone suggest? Can you hear me?
By that they can know profit and losses.
Yes, exactly. So the main reason is they want to maintain separate books of accounts specific to the each line of business, right? They want to see what is the expenditure that they did it in the Tata Motors division separately, and they want to see what is the expenditure that they have done at the Tata Steel and what is the expenditure that they have done at the Tata projects. So these are the various reasons. Also, they want to maintain separate books of accounts. So they want to maintain separate books of accounts, specific to motors. Also, they want to see a profit and a loss separately. Specific to a motors division. Also, they want to see or they want to maintain separate books of accounts specific to the Tata Steel, separate books of accounts. Also, they want to maintain P and L statement separately. Okay. Also, they want to see, they want to maintain a separate books of accounts, specific to the projects division. Also, they want to maintain a P&L statement separately for the projects division for projects. Okay, why it is like your bank account, right? So I myself is maintaining my own savings bank account. You yourself is maintaining your own savings bank account. Why you and me maintaining separate savings bank account? Because at the end of the day, I want to see what is the deposits that are happening into my bank account and what is the expenditure or the withdrawals I am trying to do it again at that particular bank account. So that based upon the expenditure and the deposits that are happening into my bank, I can take a decision. Let us say my expenditure is more compared to the deposits, then I can think of it, how I will be able to increase the deposits. Do I need to enhance my skills, or do I need to change my job, or do I need to do some other business so that my deposits will be increased, so that I will be able to take some decision based upon the deposits and the expenditure which I am trying to see based upon my bank statement. You also want to see what is your deposits, what is your expenditure, so that at the end of the year or the month, you will be able to take a decision whether you need to enhance your skills or change your job or do some other thing business, so that you will be able to increase your deposits. So we are maintaining the individually the separate bank accounts. But let us say you and me both maintained one single joint account, then what will happen? If you maintain a same joint account, you are also depositing the money into the same bank account. I am also depositing the money into the same bank account. I also withdrawing, you are also withdrawing the money from the same bank account. Then at the end of the month, if I want to see what is my deposits, what is my expenditure or the withdrawals, it's a little bit difficult task. Why? Because you and me both maintaining the same bank account. I will be able to see what is my expenditure and what is my deposits, but it will take some time. I need to take the printout of the joint account, then separate each and every line item of yours deposits and my deposits. It will take at least half day or 1 day based upon the number of transactions that we try to do it. It is a little bit complicated one. So that is the reason I want to maintain my own bank account. You want to maintain your own bank account. In the same way, in the organizations also, if I want to see what exactly my deposit expenditure and what is my return on expenditure separately in each and every line of business, I will go for creation of the each and every line of business separately. So that is the reason Tata Group has gone for the 3 separate lines of business creation over here. If you want to do a business within any one of the organization or the country, you legally you need to register that particular line of business as a company code. So you need to go to the company's department of the Companies Act and you need to submit whatever may be the documents they have asked for. All those documents, once you have submitted, they will register your line of business as a company code 1. So here I have registered my line of business as a company code 1, nothing but a Tata Motors Private Limited. So this is the, I can say, company code 1. This is company code 1. I have registered this particular line of business as a company code 1, and this I have registered as a company code 2. Also I have registered this as a company code 3. Okay, so again, within this particular company code, there will be various manufacturing locations. Let us say under Tata Motors Private Limited, there are 3 manufacturing locations. One manufacturing location, I can say it as a Tata Motors Pune manufacturing location or the plant or manufacturing plant. And I can have one more manufacturing location that belongs to the Tata Motors, nothing but Tata Motors Mumbai manufacturing plant. Mumbai manufacturing plant. And I can have Tata Motors Bangalore manufacturing plant. Like that, I can have various manufacturing plants. Tata Motors Bangalore manufacturing plant. So again, these manufacturing plants are falling under the company code of Tata Motors Private Limited. So I can make the relationship over here for each and every manufacturing location or the plant. Okay, so if you have any doubts in understanding the concept which I am trying to explain it over here, you can stop me at any moment of time and ask the question so that we will be able to clear your doubts. Okay, so then we have under Tata Steel also you will be having the various manufacturing locations, right? Like Tata Steel manufacturing plant, Pune, Pune. So you can also have the Tata Steel or the Tata Steel manufacturing plant, Hyderabad. You can also have the Tata Steel manufacturing plant, Vizag. So like that, based upon the physical structure of the company, you can have various manufacturing plants has created and assigned the line to business known as the Tata Steel Private Limited, right? So what I will do, I will try to make the assignment of these manufacturing plants to the Tata Steel Private Limited. Again, under Tata Projects Private Limited, you can have its own manufacturing locations or the manufacturing plants. Let me write it down over here. You are not able to see, right? Kanipistunda? Okay, let's Rafi come so that we will see. Huh? Visible? Huh? Okay, so under Tata Projects, you will have again the various manufacturing plants. Tata Projects manufacturing plant Vizag. So like this, there will be various manufacturing plants under Tata Projects Private Limited company as well. Okay, we are going to learn. So if I wanted to, let us say in the Tata Motors Pune manufacturing plant, I am producing a Tata Nano car, right? Tata Nano car of, let us say, some 1000 numbers per day. If I want to produce Tata Nano car in an organization, it is not a simple task, right? I need to have various types of facilities should be available. Like I need to have the employees who will be working upon machines. They will be producing the various types of operations on the manufacturing of the car. Also, I need to have the lots of money. I need to buy the materials from the outside vendors and assemble them into a final material. Also, I need to have the various types of other elements as well, so that I will be able to execute and produce 1000 cars at the end of the day. To produce 1000 cars, you need to have various departments working. Like you will be having the finance module or the finance department. If you go to any one of the company, one of the department which is having highest importance is the finance department. So finance department will finance the funds to produce the cars. So they are the main controllers of the cash flow into the company. Let us say there are 1000 employees working in the company. All those employees to be paid by the salaries. So the salary processing will be done by finance department. So finance department is one of the department who will be doing various types of activities or the transactions in the company. So when it comes to the SAP, finance department processes and functionalities will be supported by one of the SAP module. Anyone knows what is the SAP module supporting the finance department related functions?
Pico.
Yeah, okay, good. So SAP FICO is one of the module which will be supporting the finance department related functions or the processes. Finance department related functions and processes will be supported by SAP FICO. Finance and the controlling. Okay, but we are trying to learn SAP MM, so we need not to worry about the SAP FICO or the finance module. Okay, but apart from the finance department, there is one more department known as the human resource department, right? So HR department processes and functionalities will be supported by one of the SAP module known as SAP HRMS. So in my company, if I wanted to implement one software for the human resources department related processes and functionalities, I will be using SAP HRMS module as a software. Then we have one more department. Like this, you have some 10 to 15 departments in any one of the organization. There is one production department. So production department processes and functionalities will be supported by SAP PP, nothing but a SAP production planning module. SAP PP module. Then, okay, like this, sales and distribution related department, sales department, right? So sales department processes and functionalities will be supported by SAP HD, nothing but SAP sales and distribution module. SAP HD. So in my company, I am trying to produce various types of cars. To produce various types of cars, I need to have so many spare materials, right? Like I need to have the tires, I need to have the tubes, I need to have the engine, I need to have the steel, so that I will convert that particular steel into a car door or bonnet, etc. I need to have so many engine assembly, headlights, so many spare parts are there. If you want to produce a car, there are almost some 1,000 different small materials are required, so that all those materials you are going to assemble into a one of the final material known as car. Okay, these materials like tires, spare parts, or the bearings or the tubes, either I need to produce in my company known as Tata Motors Pune manufacturing plant, or somebody is manufacturing already. I need to buy them and bring it to my company and use in the assembly of the car. Let us say tire. In Tata Motors Pune manufacturing plant, I am producing Tata Nano car. To produce one Tata Nano car, I need 4 tires. Either I need to manufacture these tires on my own in the Tata Motors Pune manufacturing plant, or there is one company, MRF or Dunlop. So these companies already manufacturing the tires. I need to buy those tires and bring it to my company, Tata Motors Pune manufacturing plant, and use them in the assembling of a car. So this particular activity which you are buying from the MRF company or the Dunlop and bringing it to in your company known as manufacturing plant Pune, and utilizing those materials into your company premises or the production processes of a car is known as a procurement activity or the purchasing activity. So there is one department in the any of the organization known as a procurement or the purchasing department. Okay, so the procurement or the purchasing department, what it will do? It will do the procurement activities for the materials that are required to assemble a car. Let us say tire I need in my Tata Motors Pune plant. I am not producing the tires in my company. Then what I will do? I will buy from MRF or Dunlop company and bring it to my into the Tata Motors Pune and assemble them into the car. So this particular activity of procuring the materials from MRF to Tata Motors Pune plant is known as a procurement activity or the purchasing activity. So this particular purchasing activity will be performed by one of the department known as the purchasing department. So whatever may be the purchasing department processes or functionalities that are happening in an organization will be supported by one of the SAP module known as a SAP MM. So what is the full form of SAP MM? SAP Materials Management.
Material management.
So we are not going to learn SAP FICO, we are not going to learn HRMS. We are trying to learn SAP Materials Management. So SAP Materials Management will be supporting as a software to the procurement department related processes and functionalities of an organization. So if you are trying to learn SAP MM, you need to understand what exactly the activities that are happening in the procurement department. So in the procurement department, mainly there are two types of activities that are happening. So can anyone guess what are the activities that are happening in the procurement department? What are the main activities that will be taken care by the procurement department? Can anyone guess what is the activities that are happening in the procurement department of an organization? Okay, so procurement department activities are, can anyone guess what is the activity that is being, or what is the work that is being done by the procurement department?
They'll create the purchase order to the vendor.
Yeah, exactly. So in the procurement department, procurement is nothing but, in simple terms, in your house you want to cook the rice. But if you have the rice in your house, you will simply cook the food. Your work is done. But you don't have the rice in your house, then what you will do? You will go to one of the kirana shop and make some money, make some payment to the kirana shop person. So he will give you one rice bag, bring the rice bag into your house and cook the food. In the same way, in an organization also, I am producing car. To produce the car, I need various types of spare materials. I need to bring or buy those spare materials from one of the suppliers or the vendors, like MRF company or the Dunlop company, and bring them and make the payment to them for the tires which I have purchased, and bring those tires into my company and assemble them into a final product known as car. So this type of activity is taken care by the procurement department. So when I say procurement department is mainly doing two types of activities. Okay, so one activity number one in the procurement department is they are into procurement of various types of materials. Procurement of various types of materials are required for an organization. For an organization. So when I say various types of materials, what are the various types of materials that are purchased by a procurement department? One minute, somebody is pinging. Somebody is pinging. 1 minute. Okay, so when I say various types of materials, there are 6 to 7 different materials. Like one of the material category is the raw materials, right? What are the examples of the raw materials in the car industry? Let us leave the car industry. You take one of the steel industry. If I take the steel industry as an example, what is the raw material that I am using in the steel industry? Can anyone guess? The raw material that is being used in the steel industry is the iron ore. Also the sponge iron, right? So if my industry is the steel industry and I am trying to buy raw material as a for the steel industry, then I will be using the iron ore, and the sponge iron is the raw material. So This is one of the raw material which will be normally used in the steel industries. This particular raw material will be procured by the procurement department. Also, if my industry is the plastic molding industry. Okay, so what is the plastic molding raw material? What is the raw material that is being used in the plastic industry? The raw material that is being used in the plastic industry is the PP granules, right? PP granules are polypropylene granules. I will be buying these materials and molding them into a plastic materials like plastic chair or something, etc. Also, if my organization is a cement industry, I will be buying the raw materials as a gypsum is one of the raw material and a limestone is one of the raw material which I will be using and procuring into the cement industry. Like that, based upon the type of the organization, my procurement department is buying various types of raw materials from the different suppliers or the external vendors. Apart from the raw materials, there will be also a one type of material that is known as the spare materials. What are the examples of the spare materials? Like you have the bearing is one of the spare material. You have, pardon me, spare bearings and V-belt or motors, like etc. These are the some of the spare materials which I will be using in the organization. Also, packaging materials. So what are the examples of the packaging materials? So the examples of the packaging materials are like cotton box, then you have polythene cover, then you have some of the thermocol, etc. So these are the some of the packaging materials which will be normally used in an organization. Apart from this, you also have some of the consumable materials, right? Like what are the consumable materials? Like you have the oxygen gas, nitrogen gas, and acetylene, right? So these are the some of the gasoline products which you will be used in the organization as a consumables. Like this, in an organization, there are some 14 to 15 different material categories which you will be buying from the external vendors and utilize them in your production processes. Okay. So, if any of the material is required by the organization, my procurement department is doing the procurement of these all materials. Procurement department is following some 16 to 18 different business processes. Let us say if I am buying a sponge iron from the vendor who is located in India, I will follow one process steps as a procurement supervisor. If I am buying PP granules from one of the other country known as US, I will follow the business process steps differently from the domestic procurement. So like that, procurement department follows some 18 to 16 different business processes to procure these materials. All those business processes will be supported by SAP Materials Management as a software. Okay, apart from this, there is also the second activity that is being happening in the procurement department, the activity number 2. Activity number 2 in the procurement department is procurement of the services. not only the material procurement department will also do the procurement of the services. So what is a service? What is the difference between the material and the service of the procurement? We will see and continue in the tomorrow's class. Okay, so any doubts on today's session? If you have any doubts, so that we can discuss for 2 more minutes. Okay, so initially some 3 to 4 classes only the theory part will be there. So we will try to explain you how SAP materials management is supporting as a software in the organization to do the procurement activities. Then we will simply get into the mapping of these processes into the SAP system. So any doubts on today's class?
No, sir.
Okay, so the class, the course will be almost some 70 to 75 classes. It will be happening daily, 1 to 1.5 hours. It will happen. Okay, so I will try to explain you the entire SAP steps or the processes in the one of the latest version of the SAP known as S4HANA. ECC plus S4HANA we are going to go through as a session during the 70 to 75 days. Okay, so if there is no doubts, we can continue tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining the call. Bye bye. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the tomorrow's class when we started the session. So thank you. Thanks for joining the call. Bye bye. We can meet tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.